viewers of the Real Stuff podcast, welcome to another Poetry Corner. This morning I have with me my co-host Courtney, and welcome back our other co-host, Maxonette, a poetess, who will actually be hosting this session for us today. Welcome back, Maxonette.
Yes,
and our special guest is Mr. Cassie Senghor. And we have Mr. Niruki out of Trinidad also, who is observing, listening. So take it away, Max.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Beautiful to see everyone here this morning. I'm going to start with a brief intro, and I hope I do this name justice. Cassie Senghor is a writer and poet and author of 3 books of poetry. Poems, I'm afraid to say, Is Like This and Fire's Voice. In the 80s, he was General Secretary of the Writers Union of Trinidad and Tobago, and in the 90s was elected to the position of president of that organization. In 2010 or thereabouts, Senghor was again called to preside over the Writers Union and was re-elected to the post 2 years later. In or around 2016, Senghor was asked to join the Circle of Poets of TNT. Soon after, he was made its public relations officer and rose to become its president. After resigning from CoPTT, he was again invited a few years later to perform the role of president. Mr. Senghor has performed in Trinidad and Tobago, in Barbados, in Grenada, and in Cuba. He has hosted workshops and courses for and lectured to secondary school children from Port of Spain and surrounding areas, schools, colleges, and convents. Those were organized in the main by senior staff at our National Library and Information System Authority, NALIS, headquartered on Abercrombie Street, POS. Mr. Cassie, I'm going to not say this properly, I'm going to try my best. Abayomi Senghor continues to write, to assist fellow poets especially, and to edit the work of would-be authors and poets. So again, Brother Cassie, could you please fix that pronunciation for me, as I know I slaughtered your name?
No, you did not. That's okay. It's simply Cassie Abayomi Senghor. You know, I think that African names have so many vowels in it, you know, that we could always break it up, like, you know, like in childhood times, and we'll get it right. Abayomi.
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 Abayomi. What do your names mean?
Abayomi is friend.
Oh.
Abayomi is friend. Senghor is descendant of the gods. And Cassie is actually a kind of a dictionary name, a Swahili dictionary name, which means work. It also means light, as in sunlight, you know, brilliant light kind of thing. So there we are.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Where should we start? Where should we start? Wow.
Well, let me help you start by saying that POS is Port of Spain, capital of Trinidad and Tobago here. Of Trinidad, actually.
Okay, TNT, boom, nice, nice. Okay, I'm gonna start off with, I have a few questions before, I know you're gonna do some pieces for us today, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just checking. Okay, I have a question. Could you tell us what the Writers Union is exactly and its purpose?
Okay, the Writers Union formed many years ago. It was formed so that writers in TNT could come together, discuss among ourselves the idea of writing, whether it was poetry, prose, or whatever else, and having our work published, having our have given ourselves opportunities to perform on stage, editing, critiquing, all that goes into writing and producing. So the union, which originally was founded by a lady called, her name is kind of close to yours, her name was Dr. Maxwell Umawale. And she was kind of the founder. In her company, there were folks like Anson Gonzalez. He's now deceased, and he, as a matter of fact, is the person who published my first book, Poems I'm Afraid to Say. Mm-hmm. And so that group, that's the work we did at the time. I was a kind of a, well, there were a number of us who were pretty young men at that time. Mm-hmm. We were young men, and we hobnobbed with elders who were already sort of established. Certainly Umawale was, Anson was. We had others, Harry Narain. We had a number, quite a number of folks involved. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. I see here in your bio that you have experience at the Circle of Poets of TN. Tell us a little bit about the Circle of Poets. As a poet, right. I'd love to hear about this.
Right, okay, so the Circle of Poets is as similar as I just described in terms of function, only that this time it's zooming in on poetry, so that we would meet to discuss our poems, read them, have them critiqued, again with a view to publishing and so on. And in between all of that, we had different functions. For instance, we had something called Poem of the Month, where members would write in and others would judge and pronounce this poem as the Poem of the Month. It is in that organization really that I more or less went to, workshops with schools and went into the what we would call the countryside in Trinidad here to also speak to students, workshop with them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I went there to judge contests that they would hold among themselves, among schools or inter schools or in the school itself. Ato Naroki, who I'm told is listening in. Well, I'm seeing his picture here. Well, no, I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm told that he's there. I thought it was his picture, but it's actually his Courtney stuff that I see. Yeah, with Ato, invited me to be a part of a contingent of Calypsonians that went to schools. I was the only poet in that group. And of course, I started off the session by reading my poems. Right. And then the Calypsonians would follow on and, interact with the students and that sort of thing. So the Circle of Poets, still, both organizations are still extant today.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're doing very good work, on the island. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for that. I'm not gonna hug you for myself. I can be very greedy with my guests. Okay. Courtney, do you have anything you'd like to ask Brother Cassie?
Well, morning again, Max, and morning to Cassie. I see, Cassie, that you're an established poet, and I would just say a poet's poet, And so
I didn't get that. Sorry, out of the.
I just want to hear something, from one of your books.
Okay. No. He was saying he couldn't hear you, Courtney. He was saying he's calling you the poet's poet.
Oh, okay.
And he would like to hear something. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, man. I'm hoping to get him to sing too. I'm ready,
Oh boy.
You see me, I'm on the turn, but be ready for the mute. Be ready,
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. But
well,
you know,
I'm enthused by the sister interviewing me. She's doing a fantastic job so far.
Blessed.
Yeah, man, well done.
You make it easy. You make it easy. Look at your face. You're so joyful and pleasant. What you have to love Trinidad and Tobago. What you mean?
Yes,
you know,
yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, I have something. I'm curious. As you have performed it in TNT, of course, Barbados, Grenada, and Cuba, how has COVID and the other strains that we're dealing with right now affected your ability to perform? And how do you counterbalance that?
Right. Of course, we have not been able to go out because everything was more or less shut down. Schools shut down, performance places shut down, the library itself was not shut down, but it was not open to the public. And so, you know, there wasn't anywhere that we could go as poets or as writers to perform.
Right.
Well, even the Calypsonians, because Carnival was shut down also.
Right.
2021 and 2022. I can attest to that. So, you know, we are looking forward to Carnival in Tobago in October and hopefully Carnival in Trinidad in 2023. So,
yes.
But in terms of writing, not performing now, but in terms of writing, I would like to say every day, you know.
Yes.
You know, and if not every day, well, certainly every day.
As you mentioned that, as a poet, I agree. I tell people, don't forget to write. Write.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to come out of that pen. Just jot it down, you know?
Right.
I see you have a few books. I was doing my homework and I was able to locate two of your books, Is Like This and Fire's Voice, on Amazon. But I couldn't find Poems I'm Afraid to Say. Where is that one?
Okay, as I said earlier, Anson Gonzalez, who was one of the foundation members of the Writers Union, who himself was, I think, our first poet laureate, who is deceased, who has quite a number of books, which I would suggest that you look up also. One of them, I think, well, in my estimation, the most, how to say, available, it may also be the most popular. It's called Artifacts of Presence. So if you take a note of that, you can look him up. He has a whole wall of names of poets and poetesses who in that book there, and some very good work which I have used. As a matter of fact, I had to sort of review his work to get into a workshop some years ago, which was held in Tobago. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I want to take a moment and again say hello to everyone that's here. I see Brother Kenton over there. Greetings, blessings. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I don't see Courtney, but I know he's there. And of course, we have Flaggers there in the back somewhere. And I don't want to mess up this person's name, Naruhi. I hope I said that properly.
Yes, you did. Good morning, everyone.
Beautiful, blessings.
That's Ato Neruki.
Oh, wow. What a name. I love these names this morning, man.
Yes.
I hope you're not getting, I want to hear some music. You're going to sing too, right?
If I am going to sing?
Yes. I want some param pam para.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
It's Friday.
Yes, it is Friday. You are inviting Ato. Ato is the Calypsonian, you know, not me. And then this, the name I'm seeing here, Kenton, he seems to be a musician of sorts.
Well, somebody's going to have to do
something. Yes, I am a musician. Max, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, wonderful.
So it's all right by me if they wish to contribute today. You know, if Ato wants to do.
As a matter of fact, out there, Brother Cassie. Don't try to slide out.
No. I think that's what it's about. I mean, I know I'm featured, but Akko has a new release, and I think he might want to, yeah, I'm inviting him then through you, if you would have him, you know, sing a verse or two of his new release. And
Definitely.
and if Kenton wants to do a little strumming on his guitar, a little something, cool. No problem.
All right, so I have one more thing I want to ask you, and then I'm going to give you the floor to recite.
Yeah.
Because and it's no coincidence, because you have such experience with the youths, you know. I'm curious as how would you define, or better yet, what are your reflections on helping the youths and would-be authors and poets? What is that really about? Because a lot of people seem to forget, you know, we in Jamaica say your youth are you. So what is your experience like with the youths?
Okay, I can answer that in a very extensive way. But for now, I would refer back to Anson Gonzalez again, because he initiated a number of, I would say instituted a number of things. One of which is, we have two poetry days: International Poetry Day,
right,
which is celebrated on March 21st, and we have National Poetry Day, which is celebrated on October 15th, and that was instituted by Anson. Anson also instituted something for the school children, where they would come annually to the library, and they would perform and so on. Right? He also instituted something called, first-time authors. First-time authors. So anybody who will publish for the first time would be celebrated by the library. That has grown. I mean, like, you know.
Wow, I can imagine.
That has really grown. I must say that I was among the first of the first-time authors. There were just 7 of us on that day. And the first of the first-time authors. And now it's like, I would say, probably near 100 or so, you know. So that a number of young people who would have been in workshops, who would have written on their own or be motivated by other factors, have written and have become first-time authors. Right. So, you know, it's pretty healthy. I know that it's healthy in our country here, where quite a number of people write and quite a number of young people write and perform. And then with now that we have something called spoken word, you know, that is even broader. And then we have, of course, rhapsody and all of that. So all of these things are more or less youth infused. And therefore, it's the involvement of youth in writing and performing is pretty healthy.
Yes,
you know?
True, very true.
Yeah,
poetry is very therapeutic, and they've taken so many things out of the schools that, you know, it's wonderful for the youths to have that venue, you know, to be able to be creative and put things in words and to get it on paper. It's very, very good. That's wonderful. All right. You know, I'm waiting to hear, you know, what you got for me.
Okay. Well, seeing I wasn't planning to say this poem, but you asked me to sing, and there's just a little bit, just a few lines of singing in this poem.
Okay.
Because some of my poems, let me just say, have been written in the early 70s, some in the late 70s, some maybe as late as the day before yesterday, not some, but you know, one. I don't know if I'll say that one. Anyway, but the one that I will start off with is just simply to please you as my interviewer, my hostess, one of the hosts here today. It is called Sometimes I Remember. And this, of course, has come out of my early association with Black Power and with the National Joint Action Committee, which led the Black Power movement in 1970 and onward.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Sometimes I Remember, painting pictures which have no color, that shed no light on my childhood hour, that made me sick and sad and sour. I remember games of hate we played in a fine castle that chose my color to waste, that taught my sister to accept some fate to stand like a cheese alone. And hymns we sometimes sang. Remember how our voices rang in unison? Kyrie eleison, Lord have mercy on me. And essays we wrote sometimes from memory could fill a book on foreign lands our bodies longed to be, of days spent by the sea, surfing through waves of rubbish dumping, or how we spent our holidays golfing in snow that melted into dirt, rings of marbles pitching. At speeches I have sometimes heard a mockery made of the green verb. The Negro man got up to say, I sends my boy to the USA to return one day a CIA agent, gentleman indeed. A star boy in some film, a puppet on a string. Star boy though dead in any case, I now remembering. Sometimes I remember too the future they planned for me and for you. Stillbirth in our mother's womb leads to a life of death inside this tomb. From this cemetery from white liberty to this cemetery, heaven holds the master key for Black people, trained to forget the past, the present, and the future yet remember the drum and the whip that stung our fathers' toiling backs. Remember the daughters they raped from Mother Africa India under attack. Remember the day they took away the language of our race and pushed nigger coolie down our throats. Great cultures gone to waste. So what's in store for all of we? Black freedom and Black dignity. Rise up, my people, and set this whole world free. For that is our destiny. Remember?
Whoa. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, I love it. You took me home. I don't know where you took me, but you took me somewhere.
Okay.
Whoa.
I hope it's a good place for all of us.
Well, I'm smiling.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, boss. Deep.
It
deep.
was.
I love that. Deep.
It
deep.
was,
I
yes.
love that.
Oh, yes, yes. I was waiting for you to do some drumming over there, Brother Kenton.
I was too into listening, you know what I mean? I was like, no, maybe I disturbed man. I was like, no.
Well, you can't bring out that beautiful drum and then don't play.
That was wonderful.
Right.
That was a beautiful piece. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece. You know, I didn't expect anything less. I really didn't.
Yeah, man, I was stuck in silence listening. You know, so that was really wonderful. I was stuck in silence listening.
Thank you, Kenton. The next time that we have this, we'll get together so that you can drum to one of my pieces, which I will do today. As a matter of fact, this is how it goes with me. Yeah? I have so many poems that I could. I don't normally decide on, that is going to be this or that.
Right.
But I'm going to read one now, which I sent it to Atto recently with a kind of view to doing a video. And I intend to accompany myself on the drum while reading it.
Okay, Brother Kenton, you ready?
Yeah.
No, you're ever ready. Take the floor, right. Gentlemen, kings.
All right.
Take the floor.
Well, I don't know if he's good at, well, not that I don't know. Try to capture the rhythm, you know, in the background as I go along. I may not be in the same rhythm all the time, but I know that as a drummer, you will be able to do your best. So here goes. It's called Everybody Knows, and I'm reading this one. Everybody knows what a Chinese is, what a Syrian is, what a Lebanese is. Everybody knows what an Indian is, but nobody knows my name. Everybody knows I have a nose and an ear, the texture of my hair, who's light-skinned, who's fair. Everybody knows that I don't care, that nobody knows my name. Everybody knows Mary, dairy, full of grace. Adam and Eve started this race. The color of Michael Jackson's face. Everybody knows how to put me in my place by calling me some other name. All right, I'll pause here to help you out a little bit, Kenton. If we can go like doom, 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 doom. Let's see what you have. Right. Everybody knows, well, I read that one just out there. I'll read it over. Everybody knows Mary, dairy is full of grace. Adam and Eve started this race. Color of Michael Jackson's face. Everybody knows how to put me in the place by calling me some other name. Everybody knows I'm not Guinean, but carnival woman when I wine in a band. Everybody knows, but nobody knows where I come from. Everybody knows I'm not Ethiopian, but Somalian when I'm starving. Everybody knows I'm not Mozambican, but Congo man when I eat it.
Uh-oh. 1 minute. Brother Cassie, I hate to interrupt, we're not hearing you. 1 second. I'm not sure we are.
Right.
Unmute
Okay.
your mic. There
I don't
you
know
go.
what happened there.
It happens. Please continue.
Right.
We're hearing you now. We're hearing you now.
Yeah. Okay. I have to do it on my phone here too. Okay.
No, we could hear you good now.
Right. Yeah, myself. Okay. So I'll start from here again. Everybody knows I'm not Guinean, but carnival woman. Kenton, it's all right if you don't get it later. It's not a problem. Everybody knows I'm not Guinean, but carnival woman when I wine in a bar. Everybody knows, but nobody knows where I come from. Everybody knows I'm not Ethiopian, but Somalian when I'm starving. Everybody knows I'm not Mozambican, but Congo man when I eat it. Everybody knows I'm not Egyptian, but West Indian cause of Columbus. Everybody knows I'm not Rwanda, but nigga man when I cuss. Everybody knows, but who knows where I come from? Everybody knows I'm not Tanzanian, but a Negro who don't want to know. Everybody knows I'm no Iturian, but a pygmy who don't want to grow. Everybody knows, but who cares where I come from? Everybody knows I mix with Spanish rice, I mix with German lice, I mix with French advice, but no one knows who mixed it. Everybody knows I'm Anglican Catholic, a Roman Catholic, apostolic. Everybody knows I get all kind of licks, yet no one licks my spirit. Everybody knows I know nothing, I grow nothing, I have nothing to show. But everybody knows everybody knows where my gold is. Everybody knows how to assault me. Then on a mission, they try to console me, when their intention is to divide and control me. So now I can't even recognize me. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows I'm the oldest from the forest, the blackest. Everybody knows my story, but not me, but not me, but not me. Everybody knows my glory. Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? My name is African. I come from Al-Kebulan, and I'm mixed with blood of lion. I'm the strongest, I'm the craftiest. Everybody knows my greatness. Cradle of civilization, drum nation, mathematician, everybody knows. Everybody knows where time began, where the fatherland, where the motherland, where I first beat pan. Everybody knows who's the son of the sun, what distance I could run, the original musician. Everybody knows? Everybody knows. So stop the mocking, pretending. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. The beginning's the same as the ending.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I love it.
That, Kenton. We have to get together and work it out.
Ooh.
Who don't know already going to know now, you know.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows, I know. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We had a little echo there in the background. Please excuse it, everyone. I think I muted it. So there was a little feedback, but we're doing okay. We're doing good. It sounded like it was a part of the whole thing. I loved it.
Yeah,
yes, sometimes the echo helps.
Yeah.
What is for you can be for you. It's our days, our days.
That's right. That is so correct.
Beautiful. I see your book there again. You have some, yes, give me. It's like this. You're gonna read on Fire Voice, right?
Yeah, this is
Fire's Voice.
Voice. Yes.
Beautiful.
This is the third one.
Wonderful.
This is the one in the middle.
Yes.
It's like this.
Okay.
It's like this, and you see,
Yes.
right on the cover is trying to get it centered here. The cover, there's a painting by another brother by the name of Makemba Kunle.
Mm-hmm.
Makemba Kunle is a well-known artist.
Yes. Okay.
In Trinidad here. And this is the famous first one. As you can see, it's locally printed, published by Anson Gonzalez. He did his best for me. As a matter of fact, this book used to be sold at what, $25 a copy, sometimes less.
Okay.
You know, in the time when it was printed around 1967 or something like that. I think.
Okay.
Published.
Okay.
Let me see if I could find the date. Sorry, not 1967. What am I saying? 2007. Right?
Oh, okay. Okay. It still has some time on it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So this is the one that Anson did.
Okay.
All right. Poems, I'm afraid to say. And the title is there because I was really sort of hesitant, kind of shy, because there were other poets around me, more senior, more established, more experienced, and I didn't want to kind of like push myself up in that like an upstart. So even though Anson had been behind me for some time to publish, I was afraid too, you know. And eventually he caught up with me after many years because we had parted. We both used to work also in the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
And I went off somewhere, he went off to somewhere, and we hadn't seen each other for many years until one Sunday. We were both coming from our individual particular practices. He was Ekankar, I think it's pronounced. E-C-K-N-K-R, Ekankar. And I was coming from my practice as a follower of Buddha. And we met, and he reminded me that he had a manuscript and that he wanted to publish it. And I said, okay, go ahead, and he did that. So that's 15 years ago that happened, you know.
You said, if I could, you said you were afraid to publish. Could you elaborate on that a little bit further for me? What was the fear?
No, not so much the publishing, because I mean, like, you know, the book, there could be some distance with the book. But with the performance, you know, I didn't want to be up there on stage with all these high and mighty poets and lady poets and so on, sisters and brothers, you know, either who were in the organization of NJAC or supportive of Black Power, as the case might be. And I was really timid about performing with them.
Right.
And so it transferred to the book only in the sense that I felt that, you know, should I publish it would have been at a much earlier time than 2007. If, you know, and then I was kind of green, and, you know, I suppose it has to do with just my kind of character, kind of a shyish kind of thing.
Well,
at the time.
It's understandable. I mean, it sounds like you were around a few intimidating type of poets, you know, you're just coming out and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Some great ones. One of them who's still alive is Abdul Malik, the bard poet. He now resides in England there. Wow, Brother Resistance, who everyone here should know. Yes. Should know Brother Resistance. Yes. The Rapso master, he's deceased.
Yeah, Rapso man.
Yeah. Yeah. He was, you know, he was around at the time. Quite a number of us, you know, some of whom went away. Sekou Tafarai went away. There was Sister Into Springer. You know, a number of us. Most of them went away. I did not leave the country at the time that they did. And they all progressed and did their thing and came back. One alone I think came back, which was Resistance himself. And the others are still abroad. One called Simon, he is now a PhD at Doctor of History, teaches history, I think, in Atlanta over there. We communicate. As a matter of fact, I'm in the same, he invited me to be secretary of an organization which is in called 7 Continents, which is led by another brother who is not a poet. His name is Ako Mutota. And they have podcasts and lectures and so on every I would say every month. So I have a role in that organization there. And it's quite nice to, you know, to be alive and still doing my thing and enjoying the good company of all these men and women who I've been with for so many years and who have, some of whom have helped to nurture what I do, that sort of thing, you know? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, powerful works you have. I was looking on Amazon again at Fire's Voice, and it's like this, and it's amazing. It's just Fire, the powerful theme of these books is just wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to have to get a copy.
Well, that would be so nice. That
oh
is
my
welcome.
goodness. Oh, beautiful, beautiful works. Are you going to recite another one for us before we have Brother Kenton? I see him over there. It's just like he's just exuberating music.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he's doing something over there. So
he's itching to go, man.
He's itching, and, yeah, you feel it?
Yeah, and I'm happy to hear him too.
We're going to just mute you real quickly, Brother Kenton, while you're talking.
Right, okay, I'm just showing the back, how do I get that? Right, the back of Fire's voice. And this photo is taken in, does anybody know? Well, if you have Africa, never, if you have never been to Cuba, this is taken in Cuba.
Oh, it's Cuba.
Oh, yes,
yeah, Cuba,
yes. Check
that, that statue behind there.
Yes, I have seen that,
Cuba.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
nice.
Cuba, every year Cuba has something called Fiesta del Fuego. And a Caribbean country is featured, whether it's an English-speaking, French-speaking, Dutch-speaking, whatever Caribbean country it is featured. And this was taken when Trinidad and Tobago was featured. And I was asked to form part of that contingent to Cuba. And you know, so I put that picture on the back there as a, you know, to maintain that sort of memory.
Are you gonna read another piece for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I don't know if you have a choice that you want to make, I'll read it for you.
I don't have a choice because unfortunately I don't have your book in front of me.
Oh,
so I'm going to have to depend on your expertise at this moment.
All right, all right.
Yeah, it's always wonderful to get the source from the resource. Then I get the resource from the source, you know?
Get
the resource directly from the source, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
and after this one, I'm going to have Brother Kenton light up our ears this Friday.
Right. Okay, so let me see what I could do. That would be. You
all don't mind me. I have to have my mint tea, my peppermint tea. It's important. So don't mind me sipping over here.
That's the tea I am drinking very often these days. I have a plant in my yard, of course. So I just go and pick it and put it in the water, and I have mint tea.
Pour me out my little tea bag.
Oh yeah. Well, of course, yes. There's also that.
Yeah, no, you can't beat the fresh one, man. The bush is the best. You can't go against nature. It's the best.
No, you can't go wrong with the bush. Especially when it has some nice little dew on it from the night before.
You can just chew it. It tastes so nice.
Yes, right? That too.
Memories. I'm so jealous.
All right. All right. So I'm going. I was looking for one I have called drumology, which would have segued into Kenton, but
okay.
It's taken me a little while to find it. So so I would let him just be him without me having to do anything about it. So I'm going to just read this one. This is in a different vein. It's called Night Out, Light Out. And it's published in one of them. I'm not so sure, can't remember which one right now. Probably by maybe, I don't know. One of them. So it goes in a different direction than the other two in a way. Night Out, Light Out. If I had time and was asked to choose, I would put on my dancing shoes, go where they play the blues, and in no time, ego I would lose. Myself I lose, but not my measure. Though time itself is not my treasure, the drummer's knock tick-tocks my leisure. The bassman's pluck rocks my pleasure. The clock on the wall seems funny now. telling me it's time somehow to sip my last and take a bow. Instead, I hear me making a vow to the singer with the sultry voice. Is it your lips or mine that's moist? You will be mine, you have no choice. They throw me out with a timely hoist. Now I have some time to think, to let events mellow and sink. Was I solid or on the brink? Next time I won't drink so much ink.
Oh, yes, beautiful, beautiful. I love it, I love it. Oh, you're something else, man.
Thank you very much.
I can sit down and talk with you all day.
I'm glad that I'm making it a really good Friday.
Oh, indeed, indeed. We're loving it, loving it. It's a beautiful, again, we're so honored to have you again. For everyone who's just tuning in, we're featuring Brother Kasi Senghor. Did I say that right? No, I didn't.
Senghor. Senghor. Yeah.
Senghor.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to mess that up again.
No problem.
Brother Kenton, would you like to give us a little bit of musical delights?
Yeah, well, what if we should go without the music at first?
Go right ahead, do your thing.
Okay. For those who didn't have the chance to say anything, from now on, they will be speaking. It's time to open their diary and tell their side of the story. Some of those who were misled and presumed dead, some of those who were pushed to the edge, they are back and they are here. The diaries from the unseen that we haven't seen, the stories of the unheard of, the characters they didn't mention, the faces we haven't seen, the voices we haven't heard, the characters they refused to mention, plus those who didn't get any answers to their questions. Please be aware that they are here. One is right here. Some over there, they are everywhere. They are in the air. They are in the atmosphere. They are here. Those who have what to say, we are waiting. We are listening. We have been waiting for the day when you will say what you have to say. Those with the evidence to show, speak up, because we know. We have been looking, and you know how we feel, and this time it's for real. No more backdoor deals. It's time to do, and the only way through is to be true, and we are waiting to. For so long, what we have been tasting and smelling and hearing and feeling, it's hard to imagine it's not the real thing. Those who were shackled overnight, some were killed because they put up a fight. Those that were encouraging our people to unite and stand up for what is right, they are still here. This is for the unseen. This is for the unheard of. They are here. They are back.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful. I love it, such passion this morning, this afternoon.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It takes soul, you know what I mean? And this is going back into another world, and they are here.
Beautiful, I love it. Why? Okay, well, I don't know. I'm feeling like I should read one too.
Yeah.
We have
Why not? Why not?
I'm not going to read my own today. I'm going to read my mom's book, The Unlimited Mind, published in 1983. Mommy is no. I'm sorry?
Please show it again. Please show us the cover again.
The Unlimited Mind.
Right.
Now, Mommy is no longer with us in this bodily existence, but she's always nearby. She's always within.
Sure.
So, and I'm going to be republishing this book, by the way.
Great.
I'm working on it. She has a piece here called Life's Destiny, and I'm going to briefly get into it. We got a few minutes, all right. Life's Destiny. Sometimes beneath the waters low, Other times above the waters glow. So is life from day to day. Some may laugh and some may pray. But life owes each and every one a frown. The rich, the poor, the white, the black, the large, the small, the skinny, the tall. Life holds a pact for us all. It's a race that man must run. Life's destiny rewards every man a crown. Blessings. And with that, it's beautiful having, I have a room, I just noticed I have a room full of men this afternoon.
Now we know where this poetry is coming from, Max. Now we know where it's coming from. At least now I know. Everybody knows.
Well, my mom, everybody knows. As Brother Kati Senghor says, everybody knows, you know? And who know it better than a poet?
That's right.
All right.
Great is great. Well done.
I feel honored to be among everyone.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy.
Blessing. Thank you, Father. You set the trend. I just follow.
You know what? They are here.
Always.
They are here.
They are here.
Always.
Let me know how much more time do we have.
What you mean? We have about 3 minutes. Take it away. What you got?
3 minutes.
Yes,
okay.
It's yours.
All right. All right. So then this will probably be the last one then.
Yes, go right ahead, please.
Yes. Right. Okay. So I'm following up from Mommy. What is Mommy's name?
Hyacinth Williams Moncrief. That's Mommy.
Right.
So Sister Hyacinth.
Right. Mama Hyacinth. She's going to a higher realm. So we call her my. I would have alluded earlier on to meeting Anson when he was coming from his thing and I was coming from my thing. So this is, I have some very good friends since the 1970s and so on, who asked me, how did you move from Black Power to following Buddha, sort of thing? Well, this is not an answer to that, but certainly this is, where my life is, where I practice at the moment and so. Okay? So it's called Along This Way. If heaven helps us all, then why on earth do we bawl, thinking we are helpless when we suffer, denying the present for a hereafter? A son born different is still a son. No alteration, no need to run into a belief that for a difference we must kill oneself or another in the face of ill will. Life in this body is opportunity to let go of stuff that we'd rather not see. If only we took the time to chill, we might discover, realize a thrill that past and future are illusory, a history, a view of how we prefer to be. It hurts, I know, because I've been there, seated in the midst of misery and fear. But how did it come to be so? I held on to what I should have let go. The good times, the friendships, the compulsion to show just how normal I was so that no one would know. The tears for years when caregivers had left, the grief with no sight of relief, just regret, to raise oneself from down in the mud and rise like a lotus and learn how to bud. The lessons from Buddha teach us this: there is suffering, a cause, an end, a path to bliss. Not an airy-fairy sort of mindlessness, but a step-by-step mind embracing stress. I sing this song to you today. Buddha has been challenged and he does not say, I'm right. From centuries down to present day, his practices have helped us stay in our bodies where, come what may, awareness seeks itself to watch differences at play. Awareness of our differences at play. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's been a pleasure again being with all the kings today. Oh my goodness. You made my Friday, my all day, my every day, my Sunday, my Saturday, the whole week. Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, we could have made you on Monday too if we had heard Atto.
We're gonna have you back. You have to come back again. We're not finished, man. We're just a start.
Right, we are.
We're not finished. You have to come back. It's been beautiful. So I'd like to tell everyone thank you for joining us here today on the Real Stuff Podcast. And stay tuned again. We'll be back again next Friday. And I'd like to tell everyone, as always, remember, we're all in this thing called life together. Namaste and one love. Flavius?
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. And as we close, I just ask Queen Lubafu to give us the Our Father in the Garifuna language and Tafina to take us out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Big up, Maxi, big up.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajuguala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me I pick a flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out as